Good evening, and on the big match tonight, from the top of the First Division, the most crucial match of the season, as Manchester United, in second place, seek to peg back the leaders, Liverpool.
Then Wilkins, they've left Muren. Well, the unlucky player was Norman Whiteside.
And the team in third place, Watford, against Aston Villa. That's in a match of amazing misses and drama. And also, from the top of the second division, the goals, and plenty of them, as Leicester City face the leaders, Wolves.
And we also reflect a piece of British football history, as Arsenal's Pat Jennings rings up 1,000 first-team appearances, and typically Pat keeps a clean sheet. There's an FA Cup boost for Arsenal as well, but disaster for Charlton. They let in 7, have 2 men sent off, and the manager booked as well.
But first, it's Manchester United against Liverpool. Liverpool coming to this match 15 points clear of the field. United knew they had to take 3 points to have any hope at all of making it a real race again. And what crowds they're getting at Old Trafford. 56,000 there on Wednesday night for the Milk Cup match against Arsenal, with television coverage reaching a far wider audience. 57,000 there today, and once more the cameras were there to pick up a game of quality football for you all to see. Well, the coverage is by Granada Television. Let's get into the atmosphere then and join Martin Tyler.
For Ray Wilkins, the wheel of fortune has turned full circle. Through Brian Robson's mishap, Wilkins is now reinstated in Manchester United's midfield and as captain after losing both positions through injury himself. And another former England captain is brought in from the cold, Phil Thompson, who's missed Liverpool's last 15 games. Thompson owes his return after ankle trouble to Alan Hansen's thigh strain. David Hodgson is dropped to substitute. Kenny Dalglish will play further forward, and there's a recall for Craig Johnston, who scored Liverpool's winning goal here last April. The loss of Robson means Ron Atkinson's first team change of 1983 after 11 unaltered lineups. With the reintroduction of Wilkins, Lou Macari resumes his vigil as substitute. This is the 100th league meeting between Manchester United and Liverpool, fittingly with the clubs now as the Football League's 2 superpowers. And the bottom line today is that United must win to stop Liverpool disappearing over the horizon in the Championship marathon. Liverpool in their change strip of all yellow, and Ian Rush is caught offside. United's throw. Movement coming from Whiteside. Free kick taken quickly by Muren. Souness reading the intentions of Duxbury, who can try again. Wilkins has got forward. This is Koppel. And Moses. Well, the deflections nearly unsettled Grobbelaar. It had to be a snapshot from Remy Moses. The ball came to him very quickly indeed. Koppel causing the problems first of all, and then Moses, it struck Liverpool players and the goalkeeper, and it ended as a corner, half cleared by Neil, guarding the space at the near post. Dalglish, good determination from Wilkins, in from Muren, the head of Lawrenson, and the hand of Johnston right on the edge of the area. Liverpool slightly protesting, but Ken Redfern was right on the spot. Johnston continuing the protest. And certainly possibilities here for Manchester United. A frantic 18 minutes played. Moran is involved in the wall for Manchester United. Here's Muren. And Liverpool are out quickly, maybe too quickly. And United will be given a second chance. So Liverpool unhappy about the original award of the free kick, unhappy again about the referee allowing it to be retaken. And this time Manchester United look to vary the ploy. But Muren curls it, it needed the save. An acrobatic one it was from Grobbelaar. It was dropping in just under the bar. McQueen takes up his station. The in-swinger from Muren, and well played Grobbelaar. Johnston. Kennedy can settle here. Whelan, I think, thought the pass was aimed for him. It was aimed, in fact, for Rush. And then Whelan is stopped by Duxbury. Duxbury diving in. Neil having to do the same against Orbiston. And Liverpool, for a second, had an extra man. Orbiston has now recovered. Here's Neil. And Steve Coppell was close to Phil Neal as he had the shot. At times, at Anfield particularly, Manchester United have used Coppell on Neil's side of the field to prevent the Liverpool right-back joining in attacks. Nicely played by Duxbury in Coppell's direction. This is Whiteside. Coppell gets the cross in. Muren! Well, he almost hit it too cleanly. It may well be that there was an offside decision as well, but it embedded into the midriff of Grobbelaar from Muren's shot. Rush. Johnston with the header. Now Rush. And it might drop for Whelan. That fell just behind him. Duxbury's attempted forward pass fell straight for Kennedy, who then presented it to Orbiston. Nicely laid off by Stapleton. Wilkins took just too long. And Johnston responding with energy. There's help here from Neil. And now Souness. Lee. For Dalglish. Wilkins, who was the player who'd lost possession originally, won it back for United. And Thompson came in late to flatten Whiteside. Ken Redfern wants a word with Phil Thompson. But before Manchester United can take the free kick, Kevin Moran requires more treatment. This time it's not the cut that's worrying him, it's the right knee. The readjustments passed on to Ray Wilkins. So Kevin Moran is wheeled away. Lou Macari, who's been substitute for Manchester United 24 times this season. This is only the 6th time that he's come on, and the first time since November. And in the reorganisation, Duxbury lining up alongside McQueen. Whelan. And for the moment at least, it seems that Lou Macari is playing at right back. And Dalglish. Liverpool almost adding insult to Manchester United to their injuries. Macari, certainly a defensive responsibility for him. McQueen. Macari's pass, nicely judged for Moses and Stapleton. Moses again, Muren, the goal is open, and Muren finds it. And Manchester United turn misfortune to their advantage because Lou Macari, who goes across there to congratulate the scorer, started it all off with a perceptive pass from his right-back position that found the run of Moses. It looked as though Stapleton had missed the chance, but Moses followed it up, and then Muren took aim and fired it into the top of the net. 10 minutes of the first half remaining, and Lou Macari comes off the bench to good effect. Orbiston. United winning more of the 50-50 balls now. Ahead of Arthur Orbiston, the play has been stopped for offside, which is a tactic that Liverpool use well. Kennedy. Rush. Johnston, Dalglish, and Liverpool a level. Clinically done. United held the advantage for 4 minutes.
39 minutes.
Rush with the first touch, and what a good ball played by Craig Johnston for Dalglish to finish so decisively. It's been said so often about Liverpool that they're never more dangerous when the odds look to be stacked against them. Queen. Stapleton was the target. Coped with Orbiston's pass. Orbiston again. Now Whiteside. Well, it was Orbiston who had been involved on 2 previous occasions in the move. He played across to the far post that stretched Liverpool. There's no one arriving for United. And here's Whiteside. Now Moses. Liverpool filled the gap with numbers. Well, Liverpool and Manchester United are locking horns here in a splendid battle. Arnold Muren giving Manchester United the lead 10 minutes before half-time after their plans had been disrupted again by injury, this time to Kevin Moran. And Kenny Dalglish, 4 minutes later, providing Liverpool's equaliser. At half-time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1. Ian Rush accidentally responsible for Kevin Moran's 9 stitches in a grotesquely gashed shin, but Moran, in fact, bringing about his own downfall by not wearing any shin pads. United attacking the Stretford end in the second half. Liverpool, the last team to win at Old Trafford. 1-0 in the First Division here last April, on a night when Manchester United missed a penalty. Orbiston gets past Neil. Whiteside's gone to the near post. It might reach him. Did arrive a little behind Norman Whiteside, which prevented him getting any real power as he swung the left leg. Whiteside goes down. The free kick is given to Whiteside's satisfaction. And again, Ken Redfern will go back the full distance, noticeably Lee, who was attacking the ball. McQueen, Thompson did his job. McQueen complaining that he was balked as he made his run. I'm sure he was too. Muren. Manchester United have certainly got to take a gamble or two in their approach to the second half. Through pressure from Whiteside, they have another corner. McQueen this time, poised to make a run from the edge of the area. In he goes. It was Thompson who cleared the day. Wilkins. Macari. Grobbelaar enjoying the chance to show his sheer athleticism. He did have a good look, it seemed, at Macari's volley and made a spectacular catch. And Bailey in trouble and out of his area. The hand wasn't used. Dalglish causing Bailey more problems by lying on the ground as Bailey tried to recapture his position. Gary Bailey, his own momentum took him outside the area. The referee was right on the spot and felt that no arm was used. Well, this meeting has attracted the biggest league crowd of the season, 57,397. Souness. Puts it away to Stapleton. Can Manchester United capitalise with Whiteside? Grobbelaar denies them. Whiteside feels that he had to dive in at the loose ball. Grobbelaar accepts that. Of all people, it was Graham Souness who presented the ball to Frank Stapleton. But look how Grobbelaar refused to commit himself here. Kept his shape, and Whiteside drilled the ball straight at him. .25 minutes remaining. Stapleton. The 1-2 with Koppel. Then Wilkins. They've left Muren. Well, the unlucky player was Norman Whiteside. Liverpool may well rue in this game the number of times that they left Arnold Muren unattended. He was able to volley the ball back into the middle here for Whiteside to flick at it. Whelan. He's pushed forward again, beyond Dalglish. Souness. United's supporters not appreciating this. Liverpool with Dalglish. And then Whelan. Just when it looked as though Liverpool were meandering through midfield, off darted Dalglish to take up a position that Souness found with great accuracy with the pass. And only Bailey's body stopped Liverpool taking the lead. Macari. Liverpool applying the pressure. Squeezing in on the man in possession and going forward themselves. Here's McQueen, who enjoys the forward sortie. Aston, well, he did the job for Liverpool. This is Johnston. Bailey touched it. Gary Johnston will remember well the goal that won the match here last April. He's looking to emulate that feat, stopped by Bailey's fingertips. Macari. On from Stapleton. Koppel chases. Two in the middle for United. Whiteside! And that is a missed opportunity they will look back on. This time, thanks to Stapleton's guided header, Koppel was able to get in across to good effect. Whiteside was in the right position but couldn't finish. Approaching the final minute. Whiteside drilling the pass for Orbiston. Muren. It's a corner. Much of football willing Manchester United to make this corner count, to perhaps open up the title race. Taken by Muren, and it was Macari. Well, United can look back on the injury that saw them lose Kevin Moran and force them to a reorganisation. Here's Dalglish. For Rush. Moses came away with the ball. Into injury time. And McQueen. It was a despairing last attempt, but Liverpool thoroughly deserved their draw, and it's a draw that will satisfy them too, and only leaves Manchester United with a sense of missed opportunity, particularly Norman Whiteside, with a chance that came his way in the last phase of the game. There's still a third of the season to go, but it's a result that does nothing to shake the belief that the league title will remain at Anfield. A final score at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 1.
Yes, indeed, a great point there for Liverpool. And if you want the tongue-in-cheek remark of the year, it surely comes from the Liverpool skipper, Graham Souness. We're not playing as well as we can, he said tonight. We could still fall apart in the league. Well, if you believe that, you'll believe anything. But what about United manager Ron Atkinson? Has he conceded the title yet?
I don't know about conceding the title, but I've got a feeling Liverpool could win it.
Well, the injury to Kevin Moran, as well as the 9 stitches in the shin wound, he also needed 3 in a head wound, and says, Moran, I was worried about missing the Milk Cup final at Wembley next month, but I've been assured that I'll be fit in a couple of weeks. Well, next it's the team that started the day in 3rd place, Watford, and a game I know you'll enjoy against Aston Villa. A goal blast as Leicester City face the 2nd Division leaders Wolves, and all the latest news as well, and it's coming up after the break. Welcome back. Well, Watford and Aston Villa continued their battles today. Remember that marvellous cup tie last week, which Villa won 4-1. Today's match proved to be just as full of incident. Let's get across to Vicarage Road then and first take a check on the two teams. So as Watford goes seeking to avenge that cup defeat last Saturday, they make one change. Jan Lohman is dropped and Richard Jobson comes in, presumably to work down the left flank. It's his 2nd full game. Jerry Armstrong is again named as the Watford substitute. Meanwhile, Aston Villa had been hoping that Des Bremner would be fit to return to their midfield, but he's injured an ankle in training, and with Peter With finishing his suspension, it means the Villa field the side that beat Watford last Saturday. The substitute's job now goes to 19-year-old midfielder Ray Walker. The referee is Michael James of Horsham, and in the crowd today, the Juventus assistant manager Romolo Bisotto. It's the 8th time they've spied on Villa since Christmas, leading up to Wednesday's European Cup tie against the Italian champions. And indeed, the Villa manager Tony Barton returns that compliment because he flies to Turin tomorrow to watch Juventus. So Aston Villa get us underway, attacking the goal to our left in the dark shirts. They arrive here in 6th place. Watford in 3rd. The going will be really heavy after a night of very heavy rain. Here's Tony Morley, scorer of 2 of the goals in that cup tie last week. Mortimer beaten by Callaghan. He's got Blissett on one side and Barnes going through the middle. And still, here's Rick. And he just kept it in. Only conveniently for Gary Williams to make the little clearance now for Andy Blair. With 2 games played this season against Watford and scorer of 7 goals, 4 in the cup tie, 3 at Villa Park in the league. And a corner there given away by Colin Gibson. Wasn't much that Nigel Spink could do about it. will take the corner. Steve Sims has come forward into the Villa 6-yard area. Callaghan at the back post. Blissett is in there too. Barnes then with the Watford corner, floated in towards Blissett, who in fact got the head to it before the punch of Spink, the keeper. Sims battling away with Evans. Taylor turning it in again for Watford, and just for the moment, Villa a little bit under the whip. Rice with the throw. Barnes beating off the challenge of Gibson, gets it back. Mortimer only half with the clearance. McNaught getting up. It might fall for Rice to come in, but the whistle had gone. Doubt that both sides would have learned a lot from each other from last Saturday's cup tie, and no doubt that's been put into fairly good practice in the past week. Gordon Cowans, who had such a promising game for England at Wembley. And he was up against Kenny Jackett, of course, of Wales, as indeed he is today, the Watford number 10. Bolton, as the ball goes out, quickly takes the throw back to Steve Sherwood. Finds himself Rostrom. Little ground skills there. Jackett. Oh, and it might come for Blissett. Well, the ball broke beautifully for him. It's hammered in here by Kenny Jackett, and the break comes nicely for Blissett as he hammers it past Nigel Spink to put Watford in the lead. Well, there's been criticism of the finishing ability of Luther Blissett, but his record is exceptional. 18 goals now in this his 34th game of the season. And that's a striking record that great strikers throughout the world, the sort of ratio they'd be more than happy to achieve. Swift, direct football again by Watford, but Evans having no trouble getting that one away. Finds Mortimer, on for Andy Blair. Walters, and Mortimer continuing the run for Aston Villa. Has he got the legs? Has he got the shot? Goal kick. Getting back, Sherwood coming out, Walters getting in, and the most remarkable goal. Well, a look of disgust there between defender and goalkeeper as they came rushing towards each other, and it looked like a lost cause for young Mark Walters. Come out, says Bolton, but there's the boot of the Villa number 9 and the back pedalling of the keeper, Steve Sherwood, and the ball in the back of the net for a remarkable equaliser, 1-1. So Walters showing that it wasn't a lost cause as far as he was concerned, and also showing a really good turn of pace to embarrass those two Watford defenders. Bolton being hustled again by Walters. Jobson doing some good work for Watford here, and he might go all the way, and the save, and Callaghan almost turned it in, and Cowans did a marvellous saving job for Aston Villa. I wonder he's getting a pack from his goalkeeper Nigel Spink, but Jobson went a long, long way. Challenge and a good save by the keeper. In comes Callaghan, and the save comes from Cowans. So Barnes with the corner, floated in once more towards Blissett. Oh, that looked as though it had to go over the line, and Blissett certainly thought that it did. Well, let's have a look at this. Again, Blissett there at the near post.
And the ball never quite crossing the line. But another corner for Watford. So Watford hammering back then at Aston Villa as Callaghan now floats in this corner. This time Ken McNaught got it away. Kenny Jackett dinking it back in there. And Barnes, he missed a chance there. And it just didn't fall for Rostron either. Walters, Morley just trying to hammer the ball away. Watford might easily have had a second goal, should have had a second goal. Villa get a throw. Comes to John Barnes there, and he just miscues, and it just falls the wrong side of Rostron. Barnes ducking in there. Jobson might get to it, but Gary Williams gets there first for Aston Villa. Williams on his feet again, and okay, there'll be a quiver going through every Villa fan every time they see their team go down with that Juventus Cup tie coming up on Wednesday. And they badly want a full-strength side. And of course with Peter With back in the action again, having completed his suspension. Rostron getting in. But not. It comes for Barnes. It might come for Jobson. And it's gone wide. In many ways, this is a repetition of last Saturday afternoon at Villa Park, when the chances seemed to be falling Watford's way, and they just couldn't turn them into goals. Barnes going across the goal there. Jobson getting up, driving it just wide of the far post. And Peter With there, sitting in the director's box, now finishing his suspension. He'll be available for that European Cup tie against Juventus on Wednesday.
Was under attack from a very nasty cold.
It started with a battalion of runny noses. Later came a headachy army, and on the left flank, regiments of chesty coughs and sore throats. Then came the turning point.
Instead of paracetamol, Brian had taken Beecham's All-in-One. With 3 times more active ingredients, it fights more symptoms.
And it wasn't long before Brian was winning. Fight back with Beecham's All-in-One.
This Mother's Day at Morrison's. Cadbury's Roses, only $1.99. Mum's Award. Morrison's, savings for you.
0800 840 3800. This is the only number you're going to need to change your career and change your life. So pick up the phone.
Do it now and become a driving instructor with Red.
You don't need experience, just the drive to do something new and become your own boss. Then you'll have freedom to choose your own working hours and earn up to £30,000 a year. So don't hang around. Call this number now. These guys did, and they never looked back.
I was able to fit the instructor training around my previous job. Now I fit my career around my family life. It's totally flexible.
And like all our instructors, once you qualify, you can be part of one of the fastest growing driving schools in the UK. Over 1 million people take driving lessons every year, and you could be teaching them. So give Red a call on 0800 840 3800. That's 0800 840 3800. If you've got a licence, we've got the keys to your new career.
Wine, coffee, beetroot. Help get rid of stains like these with Miracle Dry Foam. Brought to you by JML. In this kit, you'll get the specially designed applicator and concentrated dry foam shampoo. It works by dissolving dirt and stains into the foam, lifting them out to dry, and simply vacuum away. Miracle Dry Foam could help make all your carpets and upholstery look spotless without the soaking of conventional cleaning. Get your Miracle Dry Foam for only $9.99 at Woolworths Focus, Debenhams in-store and Wilkinson.
I was installing a fire alarm system, but I was actually given the wrong type of ladder. My left hand was crushed and I dislocated my right shoulder. I called the National Accident Helpline and their solicitors got me £7,500 and I didn't even have to go to court.
If you've had an accident in the last 3 years at work or on the road, find out free if you can make a no-win, no-fee claim. Call the National Accident Helpline now on 0800 556 557.
This is not just No More Nails. This is No More Nails Ultra. No More Nails Ultra, the ultra-strong instant grab adhesive.
Loctite superglue is so strong that it can glue me to the ceiling. So fast, so strong. Loctite, now even stronger.
This is not just no more nails. This is no more nails on a roll. No more nails on a roll. The easy instant grab tape.
You could lower the interest rate you pay on all your different borrowings by converting them all into one low-rate homeowner loan. And with a straightforward arrangement fee, there are no hidden costs. So everything's fair and square.
They're beaten by Rostron's challenge. So too was Shaw, but Evans was in and finds Morley. Now, I see the trickery to beat Steve Sims. He's left himself a lot to do, and Walters with the header across that Watford 6-yard line. And suddenly, after being under constant threat, Villa very nearly produced a good chance for themselves. Williams. Well, he was looking up and deciding who he would play it to, and Jobson got the better of him and just kept the ball in play, in fact. Callaghan on the turn, just wide. It was touch and go whether the ball was out when Richard Jobson here played it in. And let's have a look. Just kept it in, the whole of the ball didn't cross the line, he did well. And Callaghan then turned and played it wide. Morley getting clear of Callaghan's challenge, and Blair now trying to get inside Rostron, and Walters hoping to get the better of Bolton. Support from Blair and from Shaw. Here's Gary Shaw, and a corner. Bolton's header. Cowans playing it again for Morley. Tony Morley, the little chip in, and a header by Evans, and he missed kick when a goal looked a formality. Well, proving that Watford are not the only team to miss chances. It was a lovely cross in by Tony Morley, having tricked Les Taylor, curling in invitingly, up goes Evans, hits it powerfully, and that was the embarrassment. Well, he can smile, but not really. That should have been the winner. The last 5 minutes, and it's been a slog for the whole of the afternoon. A few tired legs and a few tired minds, and even at this late stage you could get a mistake that proves to be absolutely critical. A free kick to Watford. Wilf Rostron with it, and 2, 4, 6, 7 Watford men forward in and around that Aston Villa penalty area. Rostron then with the free kick. Filtered towards Lissett against the crossbar, and a goal kick. Rostron's free kick, and Blissett again, the first to rise. Spink beaten all ends up, but off the crossbar. This could be dangerous. And he's got Mortimer, and he's missed it. Well, they've been hard-pressed to keep Watford out for most of the afternoon, and now suddenly the chance made by Morley for Mortimer. And that was an opening. And certainly in the last 5 minutes, with a missed kick by Alan Evans and that chance from Dennis Mortimer, Villa could easily have won this game. That's it. Got Barnes in the middle. Well stopped though by Evans. Now Jobson. And pushed away well by Spink. But a corner, and there's going to be precious little time to take it. Allen coming across to take it. Sims again at that favoured near post position. There's the corner coming in. And just wide. And it was Wilf Rostron, who I think pulled a muscle or seems to have damaged himself in the last minute or so, and as you can see from that picture, looks to be in a certain amount of pain, flung himself at that ball and skidded away wide, and Villa get another goal kick. Could well be the last one of the match. Two minutes of time added on. Another Watford throw. Miller again got it away, but only as far as Rostron. Another shot, it's driving. Oh, and a goal! The very last kick of the game. Submerged there by his teammates. Wilf Rostron. Only his third goal of the season, and he looked as though he was injured just before, and he might have scored just before, and he certainly made up for it then. Past Nigel Spink, and now Watford have won a game they've threatened to win for most of the afternoon, and relief on the bench. It's over now, and Watford have beaten Aston Villa at last with that last gasp goal from Wilf Rostron after Luther Blissett had put them ahead in the first half, and then Mark Walters had scored that free equaliser for Aston Villa. Dramatic climax and a final score here at Vicarage Road. It's Watford 2, Aston Villa 1.
Well, what drama at the finish there with that goal by Wilf Rostron coming 2 minutes into injury time. And indeed, the referee, Mike James, played 5 minutes of injury time, and he told me, I added someone for time wasting. I warned the Villa goalkeeper about it in the first half. I wanted the crowd to have full value for money, a full 45 minutes. Well, Villa may not be at all happy about it, I suppose, but certainly full marks to the referee. So that win puts Watford into second place in the table, though look at that gap now, 14 points behind Liverpool. But Watford definitely on course for a place in Europe next season. And 5 years ago, remember, they were in the 4th division. Now the night's news from Jim Rosenthal.
Well, how refreshing to start the big match news with a tribute to one of the game's greatest professionals, still going strong at the age of 37. And you might well have heard Jimmy Greaves and On the Ball this lunchtime describe Pat Jennings as the greatest keeper of them all. Pat now the only British player to make 1,000 first-class appearances, a parade of honour for him before the goalless draw at West Bromwich. Pat with hardly a genuine save to make, but there was time for a champagne celebration with Albion's Paul Barron, the keeper who was Pat's understudy for so long at Highbury, and that's a Sunday Mirror picture. But Arsenal now with Monday night's FA Cup replay with Middlesbrough at Highbury very much on their minds, and Alan Sunderland is poised to return up front. Arsenal looked tired today and could well recall him despite his lack of match practice. A low-key goalless draw for Tottenham as well against Norwich, and a point for West Ham too after a 1-1 draw with Southampton. Well, now some outstanding action from the top of the second division. Wolves, the leaders, at Leicester. They've already won at Molineux and are pressing hard to break into the runaway trio that includes Queen's Park Rangers and Fulham. Leicester are in blue, and the commentator at Filbert Street is Peter Brackley.
Now Smith looking to turn. Dodd, good ball through to Lynex. Lovely goal from Steve Lynex, who really thundered that one past John Burridge. Alan Smith turning Dodd. And what a glorious ball through then to Lynex. And Burridge, the near post, at no chance. Goes Alan Smith. Lineker came off Dodd. Only half cleared. Oh, what a goal from Alan Smith! What a goal that was! Well, Leicester are really turning it on this afternoon. It's a marvellous effort then from Alan Smith. To a scramble, really. And then with 28 minutes of the first half gone, it falls for Alan Smith. And what a drive that was. Long one for Smith and Lineker now. Wilson, cross in for Smith. Linex. Poor John Burridge couldn't keep it out. Again, Lineker heavily involved in the goal, but overlapping by Wilson, who does well to get in the cross. Just evading the tackle. Smith's effort, brilliantly saved by Burridge. In then goes Linex diving bravely, and he was caught there by the foot of Jeff Palmer. Daly, intelligent pass to Bobby Smith. Now Linex picking up a splendid pass then from Bobby Smith. Still Linex. Lineker. It's gone in off the post. Well, you can't say that Gary Lineker doesn't deserve a goal. It's a marvellous pass from Smith that found Linex. And just look at his confidence. Cutting inside. I don't think Lineker really got hold of it, but it just crept in off a post. And off go Leicester. Daly finding Lineker, pinpoint pass. Lineker again prepared to take on Dodd. Beaten him too. Daly! Magnificent finish by Jerry Daly. First time into the far corner. And that is clean a piece of finishing, as you'll see. Lineker again setting it up. Taking on and beating Alan Dodd. Pulling the ball back. And Daly, without a second thought, smacked right into the corner.
Well, some magnificent goals there and a real mauling for Wolves, but Fulham missed their chance of closing the gap. A 2-2 draw for them against Newcastle at Craven Cottage, and Fulham twice behind, in fact, but getting a point with this penalty from Kevin Locke midway through the second half and given after a foul on Gordon Davis. So it's Wolves and Queen's Park Rangers, both on 56 points from 28 matches. A goalless draw for Rangers at Shrewsbury today. Wolves the superior goal difference. Fulham 4 points adrift now, but still that 7-point gap between them and Leicester. And Oldham 2-0 winners over Crystal Palace, a fifth. Well, Charlton have had a strange sort of season, but even by their standards, today's match at Burnley must just about take the biscuit. Charlton lost 7-1. They conceded 5 of those in the last 13 minutes when they were down to 9 men. Skipper Derek Hales, the Charlton scorer, and Mark Azelwood, the fullback, were the men to go. And afterwards, manager Lenny Lawrence was booked for bringing the game into disrepute, this after an incident in the referee's room. By way of complete contrast, South London neighbours Millwall can celebrate their best win of the season, 5-2 over Exeter at the Den. And the match ball for striker Dean Neal after his first hat-trick for the club and his first in league football as well. Quite a day for Dean. He was carried off with an injured leg shortly after that third goal.
Thanks, Jim. Well, that's it for tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this show. We've seen Liverpool take one more stride towards the Championship, and we've seen Watford move into second place after that dramatic victory over Aston Villa. And isn't it amazing the number of times we cover Watford and pick up a freak goal? I'm sure you remember Ian Bolton's shot from the halfway line at Rotherham last season, how Pat Rice did the same thing against Everton at the start of this season, and then that weird equalising goal for Villa today by Mark Walters. Good night.
Although even Pat Rice has gone tearing up, and that's surely... Oh, Bamford's missed it! Oh, what a dreadful mistake! And that has to be one of the most extraordinary goals of the season by Ian Bolton.
It's Trevor Ross on the left of the picture there. Former Arsenal man. Yes, it is. Here's a Watford free kick. And Southall. And a goal given! Pat Rice has scored an astonishing second goal.
Bolton getting back. Sherwood coming out. Walters getting in. And the most remarkable goal.